Hello students, hi. Now I am going to teach about diagrammatical section of mammary gland. This located in female breast. This exists in pair composed of glandular tissue produce milk only after childbirth and glandular tissue structure which are mammary lobes. These are glandular tissue and alveoli. These are all which are connecting to lungs also. These alveoli are a cluster of cells inside mammary lobes, basic component of mammary gland, which is opens into mammary tubules. There will be lot of parts in this: lactiferous duct, mammary ampulla, mammary duct, lactiferous mammary alveolus, nipple, areola, and this is the rib muscles between these, and pectoris major muscle. This is the rib. There will be small questions, so many are coming here, and as we move on to next part is gametogenesis, which are diagrammatical sectional view of this diagrammatical seminiferous tubule. Again, in male reproductive system, how that happen: formation of female gametes, spermatogenesis, and these sperms are produced in seminiferous tubule of testis, which process starts at puberty. Male germ cells play the primary role in the process, where the process of spermatogenesis the male germ cell which are spermatogonia in diploid structure, which has 46 chromosomes, 23 pairs which differentiate into primary spermatocytes, undergoing first meiotic division, and next secondary spermatocytes will happen, which are haploid, single N, which are haploid here. This is diploid. From there spermatids will give the spermiogenesis released from secondary tubules, which are spermation. What initiates this spermatogenesis at puberty? It increased secretion of LH, which is luteinizing hormone, and gonadotropic releasing hormone, and LH acts on Leydig cells. These stimulate synthesis of secretion of androgens and secretion of FSH, which are secretion of SH, follicle stimulate organ, follicle stimulate hormone, stimulates spermatogenesis, and that acts on Sertoli cells. So this is how the Sertoli cell will come from these spermatogonia, these spermatids. Obviously these sperms are releasing from here. So how sperms released? Sperms are produced in testis. From testis, rete testis, which is ossa efferentia, connects to epididymis. From there, vasa deferens, these sperms will release, which I showed in structure. From there it enters into seminal vesicle. From seminal vesicle to ejaculatory duct, which goes to prostate, and from prostate gland to through urethra, the sperm and seminal plasma, which are contains calcium and fructose enzymes as semen, it come. So this is a release of a sperm. And next one, this structure of sperm, these are tiny bodies, very small. This is a microscopic structure, which tiny bodies contain long tail, mainly composed of a genetic material, which is containing head, neck, tail, and middle piece, which is a head covered by a cap. Head is covered by a cap here, and acrosome, this is also called. It contains elongated haploid nucleus. Then you next move on to neck, which neck contains middle piece, which contains mitochondria, which are gives energy, powerhouses of cell, for provides energy for sperm motility. Tail, which helps in sperm motility. So next is learn the structure of sperm. Then you move on to this diagrammatic section of ovary, which is here. We are this one, that section of here, how this female gamete gives ovary, what is oogenesis, we are going to learn here. So one by one I'm going to explain here. So keep focusing on the diagram and learn properly. And these, when how this ovary releases the ovum. Female gamete is ovum, also called as egg, which ovum is formed inside ovary. Here, see, ovum is releasing here. So process starts at embryonic development. Oogonia, female gamete mother cell formed, plays the most important oogenesis. The process is called oogonia, and here so ovum is releasing here, slowly forming. These are the tertiary follicle showing antrum or Graafian follicle, and here the primary oocytes, which come from primary follicle, secondary follicle, and tertiary follicle. From here, by meiosis 1 division, secondary oocytes from Graafian follicle, the ovum is releasing here. The egg formation, which is coming here from oogonia, the primary oogonia, which is diploid, then secondary oocytes, which are releasing ovum. So when this is happening, the diagrammatic representation of various events during menstrual cycle. So this fetal ovary, how is ovum released? Ova are produced, and release of ovum from ovary, ovulation it is called. And here is a ovum structure. Then I'll explain this. First you see this ovum structure. They'll ask ovum surrounded by few sperms. These are the sperms. So you learn the structure of ovum if they ask the diagram of ovum. So this contains zona pellucida. This zona pellucida is a thick membrane, very thick. it exists for some time post fertilization. This is the outer protective layer. And next one, if you go, zona radiata. This is also called cells of the corona radiata, which are 2-3 layers of cell attached to zona pellucida, supply vital proteins to the cell. This vitelline membrane, this is the vitelline membrane, which is the pink in color. This is a plasma membrane of egg cell, which control entry and exit of, this controls entry and exit of egg cell. Control entry and exit all substances. The ooplasm, this ooplasm, cytoplasm of egg cell, supply of nutrients to growing embryo, and germinal vesicle, which is nucleus of egg cell containing genetic material, germinal spot, which is a nucleus of egg cycle. So next is observe the diagram properly. Now I am going to tell about menstrual cycle, how it occurs in female. This is the reproductive cycle in females, begins at puberty menarche. This menstrual cycle contains till 45 to 50 years of age, post which ovary become dormant. After 55, it leads to menopause. Means after 55, some female it will stop, some it won't, but slowly the duration of the years will change. So events during this menstrual cycle are menstruation, follicular phase, luteal phase. So what is this menstruation? Process of bleeding through vagina due to breakage of endometrium is termed as menstruation, which I earlier told when I am explaining uterus part. This menstrual cycle occurs every 28 to 29 days, plus or minus some days, which last for the bleeding occurs for 2 to 6 days, which occurs around 14 days of post ovulation. What causes the menstrual flow? An egg is released from either of the ovaries every 28 days. An unfertilized egg is alive for 24 hours after ovulation. Uterus prepares to receive the fetus. Fertilized zygote, when it is happening, it comes as once zygote is formed, after ovum with egg sperm cell, it shows that it is if it is a zygote forms, then it is this female declared as a pregnant. If it is that ovum is not fertilized, then it is not pregnant. And again menstruation every month it starts. Menstruation stops when the female they declared as pregnant. So endometrium thickens if no menstrual cycle happens. No fertilization, no zygote, no endometrium breaks, bleeding through vagina, that is called menstrual flow. Factors affecting menstruation is pregnancy, poor health and stress. So stress leads to all these problems. Some will have polycystic ovarian disease. Even though they have that, if it is on time, if they get again through medications or something, their egg will release. So try to reduce stress. Hormones decides everything, whether to endometrium thickens or breaks. So hormones are responsible for this. Changes in environmental conditions. Follicular phase, which are events that take place in the follicular phase of the ovary. These follicular growth events that take place in the follicular growth, regeneration of endometrium, secretion of LH and FSH happens here, and then this leads to ovulation. This follicular growth occurs in ovary, which is called primary follicle, C single, secondary follicle, tertiary follicle, and Graafian follicle. This is a mature follicle, which is a ovary, Graafian follicle. The role of hormones in follicular growth. Hormones are very important in this. They have explained here. This follicular growth is stimulated by secretion of LH and FSH gonadotrophins. Anterior part of pituitary gland releases that hypothalamus controls. Secretion of LH reaches a peak value during the middle of menstrual cycle. Graafian follicle ruptures. So ovulation takes place, release of ovum from ovary is termed as ovulation. So luteal phase, which starts post ovulation, remains of Graafian follicle from corpus luteum. The progesterone is secreted by corpus luteum, lining of endometrium taking care of progesterone. So endometrium is maintained like this. What is the future of corpus luteum? So the fertilization, corpus luteum eleve means the progressive growth, progesterone continuously secrete that grows. No fertilization means endometrium break, corpus luteum degenerates, menstrual cycle stops. So next, after this fertilization and implantation, we are going to learn next.